I'm going to be perfectly honest with you fans today. The Chiefs look unbeatable. I just do. As much as I would love to say maybe the Ravens or the Bills even can beat them in the playoffs, I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, look at the last game with the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes coming off a high ankle sprain. And what does he do? He just carves the Houston defense up like cheddar cheese and does it so convincingly. They lose Chris Jones and a couple other defensive players. It don't matter. They still play well. Now, sure, Houston lost Tank Dell for the rest of the season, and who knows, maybe for all of next year. God, Godspeed. Hopefully, he recovers and retains any semblance of the speed and physical nature that he had before having another knee injury. But man, the Chiefs look dynamic again, as always. Kareem Hunt still running hard, even though Pacheco's come back. It seems like it's going to be a pretty even timeshare the rest of the way, which, if you're a Chiefs fan, you're probably like, who cares? As long as we're running the ball well, that's all that matters. As long as we have vintage Patrick Mahomes, because that's what he's been. At least last week against Houston Texans, he looked great. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about Chiefs and Steelers. The Christmas Day game. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. This was the winner of the poll, very narrowly over the game the same day of the Baltimore Ravens over the Houston Texans, but probably because the Chiefs are just so good, probably picked them. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Let's get to it. The Chiefs, like I said, are looking great. DeAndre Hopkins still as good as it gets, even at his advanced age in terms of NFL. Hollywood Brown makes his first appearance of the year, looks fine. Travis Kelce, ageless wonder it seems. I mean, it doesn't matter how old Travis Kelce gets, he will still always be open in the middle of the field. It doesn't matter how many guys you put on Travis Kelce, he will get open. It just doesn't matter. The Chiefs look unstoppable. Their defense has been great. Sure, they gave up some more points to the Houston Texans last week, but still, the game was really in hand. I mean, after that Tank Dell injury, I mean, they was getting close, but after that, it really took the soul out of the Houston Texans. It really did. You could really tell when Tank Dell went down that, man, everybody felt it. Everybody was sad. Everybody was crying over the teammate. And who can blame them? I mean, that was a horrible injury. After the phenomenal catch, sliding down, he goes down, his knee, he knew right away. You could see the tears in his eye. He knew his knee was effed. And sure enough, it is severe injury. Who knows when he will be able to return to the field? And you just hope that he's able to retain some semblance, just move around in the natural life. Because I mean, it's two serious knee injuries in back-to-back years. I mean, it's hard for anybody to come back for something like that. But now the Chiefs are playing the Steelers, and they basically have a couple games left. And let's be honest, the Bills aren't going to catch them. They're just not going to catch them. I mean, the Chiefs would have to lose 2 more games, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I mean, sure, Chiefs probably maybe sit all their starters in the last week of the playoffs against the Broncos, and maybe the Broncos get that win, but they're not going to lose this game. Not against the Steelers. I mean, look at what the Steelers did. I mean, you want to believe in this team. They have great offensive weapons. George Pickens could be returning for this game. Their defense looks good against just about every other team. But when they play anybody good, their defense falls apart. Now, yes, TJ Watt was suffering from a lower ankle injury, but you could just tell that, I mean, something was missing. He just wasn't the same TJ Watt. He wasn't able to get off with any amount of force or any pressure. And I mean, the whole game, he barely was talked about. I mean, it's like he's not making any plays. He's just getting stopped down. And the Ravens really took it to the Steelers last week after getting beat many times the last several years by the Steelers. The Ravens took it back, won in Baltimore, and they showed the Steelers who's boss still. Now, it's still up in the air who's going to win the AFC North. And yes, the Steelers absolutely need this win. They really, really do. But I don't think they're going to get it. I think the Ravens win out. And basically, I think if the Steelers lose this week, it would basically go to the Ravens because of the split, um, record head to head, and Baltimore has 2 wins over, or they would basically be 5-1, I think, in the playoffs, or 4-2. They'd be 4-2. So, yeah, this is or do or die time for the Steelers. They absolutely need to win, but I just don't think they're going to do it. Jaylen Warren had a great game for the Steelers last week. Really took the reins from Najee Harris, at least for explosive plays. Najee Harris still probably outgained him when it's all said and done. And it's just, when you look at the Steelers and they don't have Pickens, they just lose so much of their offense. They still have some decent wide receivers. Calvin Austin still is a decent deep threat when he's not dropping balls. Mike Williams, really, there's not much left there. Van Jefferson, I guess, has a couple catches here and there. But, I mean, who else do you have? Who else do you have in that wide receiver room other than George Pickens? I mean, you've seen the Steelers. They're just not as effective when George Pickens is on the field. And now George Pickens might not light it up every game, but he gives some consistency and a consistent target for Russell Wilson to hit. And when Russell Wilson doesn't have that to throw to, he gets a little erratic. And as a result, he threw that terrible pick six that resulted in the definite loss for the Steelers last week. And after that, the Steelers gave up. The Steelers just gave up last week. It was truly pathetic. I haven't seen a team give up that badly in a long time. Like, seriously. You cannot give up that bad. They just wanted to get out of Baltimore, get on the plane, and go home and prepare for Wednesday against the Chiefs. But let's be honest, the Chiefs are going to be ready. Chiefs, I believe, are at home, so that'll be an advantage as well. They have been able to run the ball very well. Steelers just gave up over 160 yards to Derrick Henry, and I expect the Chiefs to be able to run whenever they want to. I expect Patrick Mahomes to be able to carve up that defense like a Thanksgiving turkey or a Christmas goose. And yeah, I just don't see any way that the Steelers win this game. The only way the Steelers win this game is if they're able to force turnovers by Mahomes or get to him. They have to be able to sack him. TJ Watt has to get going, and who knows if TJ Watt will still be ready for the game on Wednesday. I mean, I'm sure he's still going to play, so I don't think you have to worry about that, Steelers fans, but is he going to be effective? That's the only thing. But, man, the Steelers, I mean, we all knew that the last bit of the season was going to be hard. I mean, just a murderer's row of schedule. I mean, they still have to play the Bengals again. Like I said, they play the Chiefs this week. It's not an easy schedule to end the Steelers, and it's gone about as well as you could have expected. But, I mean, they got beat down by Philadelphia. They really got beat down by Baltimore. And I don't know if they're going to get truly beaten down by the Chiefs, but the Chiefs should win comfortably. The Chiefs should probably win by at least 10 points. Like I said, they should be able to run the ball. Pacheco and Kareem Hunt giving close to 60 to 40 timeshare, maybe more in favor of Pacheco, but man, Kareem Hunt has been more effective the last couple of weeks, and if you were hoping for Pacheco to come back and help you win your fantasy championship after having him sit on the bench for most of the year, man, that has not turned out well for you, and hopefully you've had other options than Pacheco. I mean, because you just can't lean on him right now in terms of fantasy numbers. He's still a good running back out there for sure, but he just has not been the same since coming back from that broken leg. Not saying that he's bad by any means, but let's be honest, he just hasn't been as effective. The offensive line still been fine. The defense looking great. We'll see what happens with Chris Jones if he's able to play. I bet he still will play because he's just that kind of guy. He's just a really great player. He's a warrior. He's not going to just sit out, not especially when they're in a playoff chase. I mean, let's be honest. the Chiefs win this week, they wrap up the number 1 seed, more or less. And yeah, then it's basically chance for Buffalo, and then it's up to Buffalo to win the second seed, which they probably will. But I mean, yeah, this game, it should be interesting. I mean, it should be a decent watch. It should be well played. It should probably be close for the most part. But I just think that when it's all said and done, Boswell is a good kicker for Pittsburgh, but Harrison Butker, I think, is on another level. And when it's coming down to it, like if it's close, if it's down by 3 points, if the Chiefs get the last game or possession in the game and they're down, they're gonna win. The NFL will not allow the Chiefs to lose to the Steelers on Christmas Day. It's just not gonna happen. But I mean, even still, I think the Chiefs will play just fine. Patrick Mahomes should have a good 250 yards passing, should have a cool touchdown or two, probably maybe able to get another one on the ground and one or two through the air. I expect Kareem Hunt or Pacheco, one of them, to score a touchdown. I'm not sure what the odds are in the anytime touchdown for either, but I would feel confident in probably going with Kareem Hunt for an anytime touchdown, to be honest. DeAndre Hopkins, he's still DeAndre Hopkins. He still can catch just about anything that's in his radius, and he'll come down with it. The Steelers, man, Russell Wilson, you never know what Russell Wilson you're going to get. If George Pickens is able to play, I would expect him to play much better than he has in the past couple of weeks. If he's not able to play again, then expect the same kind of erratic Wilson that, I mean, looks decent, makes a few plays, but throws a bad interception or two, and as a result, they lose the game. It should be close. I think in the end, when it's all said and done, the Chiefs win 27-21, something like that. It should be a good game. I mean, not saying it's going to be a blowout by any means, because let's be honest, Chiefs haven't been able to blow out anybody, but they just consistently won. They found ways to win, and that's what champions do, or especially possible 3-time champions like the Chiefs look very, very likely to do. But let me know what you think down in the comments below. Have a great day, and as always, go back, go, and God bless.